Hey everyone, today we're going to be capturing bird photography in the rain. So today I've come out to RSPB Oldmoor. It's a fantastic site for capturing bird photography, but it is absolutely chucking it down. As you can see, pouring it down with rain. But we can't control the weather, and we don't always have the luxury of choosing the days that we get out to shoot. So we've come out today and we're going to make the best of it that we can. I'm interested to see how the Sigma 150 to 600 and the D500 copes with the low light and bad conditions. So we're going to head out, we're going to get in the hides and see what we can find. You're going to find that on rainy days bird activity is lower than usual, but if you come to the right places you will still find something. Here we've got quite a big expanse of water, there are a few ducks and coots out there, maybe not the most exciting birds in the world, but you know, you can get some shots. And I've come to somewhere where I've got hides, so I'm undercover, I'm keeping dry. You could also try going out in your car and shooting from your car. You know, rest your camera on the edge of the window with the window down. And that way you're going to keep more or less dry, comfortable, but you still get some good shots. Or you could even experiment with a makeshift shelter, maybe some kind of tent. I've never tried that myself, but I know some people have. The main thing is keep dry and warm and comfortable, because if you're not having fun, you're not going to get good shots. When I came out this morning, as you've probably already seen, it was absolutely terrible weather, chucking it down with rain. It was grey, low light, low contrast, not good for photography, particularly for bird photography. Bird activity is low when it's really rainy, and the lenses and cameras struggle with low light and low contrast. But it's cleared up, so I think we're good to go now. So I'm going to have a walk around into the hides, see what I can find. And really today what I wanted to do is use my new Nikon D500. If you've seen any of my recent videos, you'll know that I recently got the D500 to replace my D7500. And today what I want to do is see how it pairs with the Sigma 150 to 600mm lens. Hopefully it's going to be a really good pairing and I'm going to get some really good shots. So I'm not going to talk too much about the D500 today. I made quite a few videos recently about the D500 and I'll link up top to one of those if you want to go back and watch that now. But I am going to talk about how the Sigma 150 to 600mm works with the D500. It's coping really well now that we've got good light, the sun's come out. Earlier on it was quite low light, low contrast, very grey, and it was struggling a bit, even with the D500, which is great in low light. It was struggling to get focus, and I was having to use a really high ISO. It was making the pictures look really mushy. So it's definitely good to get out in the bright light when using this lens. I have also got the 1.4 times teleconverter to go with this, so I'm going to experiment with that. Taking a few shots without it and a few shots with, and I'll compare those. You've got to weigh up the benefits of either getting closer to the bird or reducing your maximum aperture, because when using the teleconverter at the long end of this lens, the maximum aperture you can use is f9. So obviously you're going to need a lot of good light. When the light's good, it focuses really quickly and it's sharp and accurate. I'm also experimenting with turning the stabilisation on and off, because I'm finding that when my shutter speed is high enough, I don't necessarily need the stabilisation when I'm resting on the edge of the window like this. Although if I can't get my shutter speed too high because the light's too low, etc., then I will have the stabilisation on, and that helps. Okay, so it's been pretty tough conditions today, but I think the lens and the cameras perform fairly well given the circumstances. But we're going to get back, I'll get them on the computer, have a look what they look like. So I'll see you back there. It was good to finally get out and try the combo of the D500 and the Sigma 150 to 600mm lens. It is a really good combo, really good pairing, and I did really enjoy using it, even though I had terrible conditions in the morning. As you could see in the video, really low light, low contrast in those scenes, and with the maximum aperture of 5 to 6.3 on the Sigma lens, it did struggle in that low light. I was having to put my ISOs up really high, and even though the D500 does cope with low light pretty well, and you can usually get your ISO really high, it was so low light and so low contrast that at the distances, the focal lengths that I was shooting, it did struggle to get focus sometimes. I think also because there was quite low activity from the birds due to the weather, I wasn't finding very many birds close to me, close to the camera, and you really do need to be close to your subject. Even with a lens like this, the closer you can get, the more detail you can get in the bird, in the feathers, in the eye. So it was much better when the sun came out a little bit later in the day and I was able to get a little bit closer to some of the birds, and I did get much better results. So overall, I'm pretty happy with this setup. I'm glad I got to use it in those conditions because it really did put it to the test, and I did still get some usable shots out of it. But I am looking forward to getting out on a better day when there's a bigger variety of birds around and I can hopefully get some sharper, more detailed shots. If you like birds and wildlife and you want to see more, there will be more coming up in the future on my channel. I also do landscape, macro, a little bit of street, a little bit of everything really. So if you like that kind of stuff and you're not already subscribed, then do consider hitting the big red button down below. There's a new video every Sunday morning, 10 AM UK time. So that's more or less it for this one, but I hope you will catch me for the next one. Thanks a lot to all the regulars who watch every week. Really do appreciate it as always. So until next week, thanks a lot everyone, and bye for now.